Alright guys, I'm here on the toilet. I'm not actually taking a poop, I'm just sitting on the toilet while I'm talking about this because I want to talk about how much time you spend on the toilet in your life. So thinking back, I remember, growing up, eating a standard diet. I used to sit, I used to be sort of famous in my family anyway, for spending a lot of time on the toilet, right? When I was taking a poop, I could sit there for like at least 15 minutes, but probably, sometimes half an hour. Seriously, half an hour on the toilet, okay? And if you compare that to now, or even better, if you compare that to a few years ago when I was eating an all fruit diet in the tropics, man, I could go to the toilet, and still to this day, I go to the toilet, I sit down, and it's just like, bam! I get the job done in like 10 seconds, even less, even 5 seconds sometimes, but it's really a quick affair, you know what I mean? So why is that? Well, oh, my arm is getting tired. Why is that? It's really just because when you're eating foods that do not digest well, you're constipated basically, a little bit. You're just, it's slow, and you're not getting that proper movement when you're not eating a lot of fiber. The typical standard diet, that I was eating back in the day, a lot of meat, a lot of processed food, a lot of dairy, and not that much fiber, not that much plant foods, your digestion just tends to go a little sluggish, unless, you might even be completely constipated. Some people are, but at least it becomes a little sluggish, and when you go to the toilet, it's kind of like, I'm sorry if this is a bit too much information for some people, but it's just, this is just life. Pooping, it's life. And it just doesn't really come out very efficiently. You know what I mean? It's like you kind of have to push. I remember having to push and being like, okay, 1 out, 2 to go, or whatever. And it took a while, and when I was finished, it was still like, I was kind of just like, okay, I'm calling it a day, or like, I'm done for now. But I didn't feel fully, finished pooping. Now, and when I'm eating a lot of fruit and a lot of fiber and a lot of high water foods that just, first of all, they come into the stomach and into the digestive system, and they initiate peristalsis, which is the movement of food through the intestines. So that's really healthy. A lot of bulk, there's a large volume of food that I'm eating when I'm eating now. That's a huge factor in good digestion. And so the fiber and the high water content and the soluble fiber, especially holding things together, keeps it moving through the intestines. And the transit time is less, right? Now, when I eat something, it's usually out within 18 hours, whereas before it could take, a couple of days even to get the food through your system, because it's just sluggish, rotting sludge, Ugh, it's nasty. So, so now I can just go to the toilet and I'm like, oh my god, I really gotta poop. It's like a fairly instant thing, As of before, it was more like slowly building up because it's sluggish again. Whereas now it's moving, and there it is. Now I'm ready to go poop. I go pooping, and it's just like bam, done. That's just it. And then I can get out of the toilet again within a minute, And that's really what you want to do. So back to the original question: how much time in your life do you spend on the toilet? Because if you've done the calculation, I've done it, I actually don't remember it right now, but you end up spending like, I don't know, like a year or 2 of your life on the toilet. Even, that's a lot. And even though you shouldn't really think like that, because of course going to the toilet is just a natural part of life. It's enjoyable, it's fine. You shouldn't worry about that. But if you're spending half an hour a day on the toilet, well, now you're wasting time, and not to speak of the fact that you're suffering. I mean, it's uncomfortable, it's nasty, it's slow and heavy digestion just does not feel good, whereas fast, efficient, good digestion, eating high water content, fruits, vegetables, good human food, that stuff, that just feels good. So I really, that's all today. I really want to just, emphasize to you that digestion matters, and if you're interested in feeling good on a daily basis, I would argue that digestion is one of the most important factors out there. And that's actually one of the reasons why I tend to prefer eating potatoes and sweet potatoes cooked over stuff like poor quality unripe fruit. Because if I did that just to stay raw or whatever, it just doesn't digest very well. Whereas potatoes and sweet potatoes, for me anyway, digests really well. Very similar to just bananas and stuff like that. So digestion matters. It can make a huge difference. And if you're struggling with digestion, if you're spending a lot of time on the toilet every day, I suggest just upping the percentage of fruits and vegetables in your diet. Just eating a higher carbohydrate diet, lower fat. Getting more fiber, more high water foods into your life. Steamed potatoes over baked potatoes. Cooked rice over bread. Fruits over roots, etc. Just getting that high water food in, eating it in a meal, so you're triggering peristalsis, and just that's just a healthy way to eat, and it will ensure that you don't have to go to the toilet for half an hour a day. You can go in there and get the business done in no time. I've helped a fair few people throughout the years, improving their diet through my coaching. So if you're interested in coaching, I'll put a link to it here. There's also a link in the description. Skype coaching, we can talk about digestion. We can try to improve your diet, just moving you towards better alternatives, whatever they may be for you, because we're all at different stages, right? So maybe just moving up from, I don't know, bread to white rice, or from that to potatoes, or whatever, depending on what your goals are. I would love to help you out, just moving in the direction of better health and digestion. So leave a comment down below telling me how much time you think you spend on the toilet every day. Let me know about it. Let's get the discussion rolling. And nothing is more interesting than poop.